Sup my dudes, Valk here, and today we're going to be going ahead and showcasing Mob, and I want to show you guys exactly what he does. He literally just came out, so we're going to be finding out together. I have him level 1, rank 1, power 229, so I don't have anything on him, any investment. I don't even have an artifact. No, I do have the Hyogurku on him. Let me take that off real quick. Not even going to run up with an artifact. We're going to run him raw and just see exactly what he can do. So let's make sure we go to an infinite this time. And that way we give him ample time to ramp up. We're bringing Broly just to hold back off the edge, or just to hold back on the very end here to keep them from potentially crashing, because Broly's going to be so overpowered. He's going to be able to just carry for a while. Broly did get nerfed, but I'm going to be honest, it really doesn't matter. Broly's just that strong. Things that got nerfed, I feel like weren't strong enough, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to test with Broly and see if I can still get him up in Challenge Rough. But I think you're going to have to swap now. I think you're going to have to run Key of Kings Broly. I don't think you're going to have a choice in that regard. I think Key of Kings is going to be the only usable thing on him now, unless you're planning on actually running him in an Infinite, which now there's Infinite quests. So yeah. Anyways, waffled long enough. We're going to upgrade Bulma now, and then we're going to focus on getting Mob up. Well, first we're going to get Broly up in the back, and then we're going to get Mob up, and then we're going to go from there. So, Broly! Alright, cool. Put Broly down at 10,000 attack on placement. I think he's going to be fine. Call it a hunch. We're going to go ahead and check out Mob. I want to check out his bottom path first. I already tried to record this showcase twice now and kind of messed it up both times. So I kind of know what his bottom path already does, but I'm not 100% on what his top path does, and we will be checking that out here in a second. But yeah, I'm going to check out his bottom path first. I do know his bottom path is like an RNG buffer type thing. It does cost about 10k to actually get it running. So yeah, you guys can see on like placement and everything, he has actually a really small AoE with a decently high SPA. So it's going to be really hard for him to constantly deal with waves. So he's not really going to be like a good starter unit, which is good because he's pretty expensive. So I think he's going to be relegated mostly to like this RNG buffer. I wouldn't put him like S tier. I would put him like, looking at the kit that I see and thinking about how Challenge Rift works, I'd probably put him like around like mid A tier. To maybe potentially like the top of B tier in that range, because he does have a full AoE, he does have a lot of options, but it's just really expensive to get into that full AoE, and jumping like 8,000 is like a massive amount to try to build up in Challenge Rift. Basically you're not building it up, and you're not going to really be able to use him in Challenge Rift all too much, and because of the high SPA compared with the pretty small circle size, he's going to have a lot of issues dealing with the massive waves that come inside Challenge Rift. So here now is whenever he actually becomes good, is this form. This form, what he gets here, I kind of skipped over it because I didn't read it. But he gets a knockback, or he does really big damage, or he actually has a buff as well. Like he can buff, do knockback, and damage. It's one of three things anytime he attacks, but he has a very high SPA to go with it. So he's a 5-second SPA, and then he also has 3 RNG effects depending on what he's doing. So this is not like I said, the bottom path isn't like too reliable, and I think something being reliable is like make or break in it whenever you're in like high stress situations. So whenever, like I said, in context of Challenge Rift, I don't think this will be very usable outside of the top path. And as you can see, the top path is 8k. So yeah, you're gonna have to like wait quite a while to actually be able to access the top path. Whenever you do, it's full AoE, which is really nice. Here you can see the buff happening. The buff is really good. Whenever it does actually proc, it's 100% buff, so that's super nice. But yeah, you guys can see exactly how all that works. Now we just play the waiting game. Now we wait up for 15,000. What I might do is wait up and let Bulma build up and replace her. That way we can get the money fast enough, because this is only the second to last upgrade. Because going 8k to 15,000 is pretty much DOA. That's kind of dead on arrival. You're not really going to be using this for anything other than infinites. So now I'm looking at how well does he compete with Broly and Sakuya in terms of infinites. Because that's the only place this is really going to get used, because of how much it takes to actually step into it. So, yeah. But you can see, like, even like the attack increase, he does go full AoE, but the attack increase isn't like anything super crazy. Actually, I'll just wait. I'll just keep him the way he is. I'll just wait a little bit, you know, just wait a little bit. It'll be fine. Broly over here, it will be fine with the 10k attack. He'll be able to take care of the boss, so we just have to sit here and wait on this. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So now we got a 15k. You guys can see it gets up there. It actually doubles his attack stat. That's really nice. 4K attack stat right now, if you're able to get like, if you can get omnipotent on him, he'd probably be like, I want to say like probably like 100K right now to maybe like 110K. It'd be really good. It's just, like I said, it's expensive to actually be able to get to his full AoE and be able to get him into power. Helmet demolishes everything around him. That's going to be interesting. That's also 30,000 to reach. So what we're probably going to do is replace Bulma. We're probably going to be able to, or we're probably going to look to try to replace Bulma here in a second and see exactly what all she can do. But yeah, you guys can see exactly what his animations are and how good he is. Dude, the buff from the other mob is actually really nice. I'm not gonna lie. If it was more consistent, I would literally be looking at him as a buffer because I think I think having good support capabilities is pretty important. So yeah, I would definitely be looking at him as a support in that regards. But it's going to take a lot more experimentation for me to have like a final verdict on him. Everything that I'm talking about now is just kind of my first impressions, right? So we're going to go ahead now. We're going to replace Bulma. And then we're going to go top path. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Alright, cool. And now that we're top path, we just wait for the 12.5k. And then we go from there. But like I said, everything that I've said so far on Mob is kind of my first impressions. I do need to actually playtest him and play with him a little bit and see exactly how good he gets, because I genuinely don't know until I playtest. So after this showcase, and after I do the All Might showcase, I'll probably go and reroll traits on him and just try him out and see what happens. So now we have enough money. Let's go ahead and see what his last ability is. So now you can see he gets a massive attack increase. He actually got buffed up. That's actually huge. He gets to be a massive full AoE monster. If you were to buff him with like Nami, even though he has like 0% crit rate, this is actually good. I think he's going to be a good infinite unit. I feel like he's more going to be like a substitute to Broly. People without Broly could potentially run him because at 27.3k at level 1, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of a good bit of attack. That's going to be able to get full scent really, really high. Yeah, I think he's going to be absolutely nuts if you actually invest in him super hardcore, roll double traits and all that good stuff. But yeah, here we can see 27.33333.3 is really, really, really damn good. So that for a level 1 with no artifacts, no nothing is, yeah, that's pretty strong in my opinion. I feel like this mob is actually really good. I don't really like his bottom path too much. I think for what it costs nearly 10k. It's just not like, it's not very good. So I don't think bottom path is really going to be all that, but I think top path is actually phenomenal if you're actually able to afford it. It costs, what is this? 50,000 roughly? Yeah, it's about 5,100. So it's about 51,000 gold to actually be able to max out his top path. And if you can do it, he's going to be really good because you guys can see the amount of damage he can actually turbo out. A really, really strong unit. And he's actually, his attack is going up every wave too. That's something to keep in mind also. Yeah, he's straight up an infinite unit. I guess he's just another full AoE infinite unit, which is funny that infinite units keep dropping because right now I think the biggest content in the game is Challenge Rift, but I guess they're prepping for like leaderboards and stuff like that if they're going to add those. But yeah, his top path is 100% infinite based. Like easily this is an infinite unit. And he's only a hill on placement. That's really, really important to keep in mind too. So here, watch, you can see his attack go up. This is what I was waiting on. Yeah, see his attack went up. So his attack goes up every single wave. So he has potentially infinite like attack stat. Like you're going to see some really funny attack stats coming from him. But he has a very, very high SPA. So he's going to be really good with like Shinobu buffer and stuff like that. But yeah, he's going to be absolutely insane once you actually invest into him. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.